Today's obituaries are brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home. Funeral services for Chester W. Freeman will be held today at 2 p.m. at St. Andrew's United Methodist Church. Viewing will be 1 to 2 p.m. Interment will be in the Coleman City Cemetery immediately following the service. Funeral services for Jimmy Ruth Hall, age 77 of Hayden, will be at 2 p.m. today at Hansville Funeral Home Chapel. Tim Barnett officiating, interment in Coleman City Cemetery. Ms. Hall passed away on Friday at her residence. And those are our obituaries for this Monday, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Welcome to Today on 2. It is Monday, the 11th day of February. An interesting week this week.
Yes.
Things going on.
Yes.
Tomorrow is Mardi Gras.
That's right. That's
also
right.
special election tomorrow.
That's exactly right.
For those of us who observe Lent, Wednesday is Ash Wednesday.
That's right.
A day of repentance and beginning of denial. And then on Thursday, Valentine's Day, and we forget the denial.
That's right. We eat all the chocolate we want. So what if you don't give up chocolate for Lent? Because, you're really going to want to think about that one.
Seems to me that Ash Wednesday should follow Valentine's Day.
Can you remember it being like this before
No,
but
me
either. It's so
everything
weird.
is early this year because Easter is the end of March instead of in April.
Yeah,
so.
it's just really weird.
But yes, it is kind of an interesting week.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the weather. Our weather brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet of Cherokee Avenue. Make the switch to Mitch. Weather almanac for February 11th. The average high temperature is now 57. The average low is 31. The record high 78 degrees in 1999. The record low 8 degrees in 1971. Sunset this afternoon at 5:28. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:34. Checking the satellite picture. Wow. We're having weather everywhere, aren't we? Boy, they got snow in Boston, didn't they? Over the weekend in New England, and rain in our part of the country. One more satellite picture, and a lot has moved through, and more headed our way. Here's our forecast for today. Cloudy, breezy, 50% chance of rain today with a high near 60. Cloudy tonight, low near 40. Tomorrow, more of the same, 50% chance of rain, a high of 56. Wednesday, slight chance of rain, 30% with a high of 50. Thursday, a little bit of sunshine with a high of 54. Friday, look at here, 50% chance of rain and snow.
Well, I had heard it's supposed to be like
night.
24 degrees on Saturday morning. So
yeah, let's see. I was going to look there. Let's see. The low Saturday morning, 29. Sunday morning, 23.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
weekend.
I guess it isn't spring yet anyway.
No. We've got a little bit of time left.
Yeah, that's the weather. So there again, that's going to be interesting. You have some show and tell.
Well, talking about Valentine's Day, my daughter-in-law is a graphic designer and works for Sweet Peppers in Nashville. It's an ad agency, and so she always comes up with such adorable little cards that she shares with us for our birthdays and Christmas and so forth. And this is what she gave us for Valentine's Day, and that's my grandson. Is that not the cutest thing in the world? Is that not just adorable? Look at him. You just want
I think I see a little mischief that face.
And then this was the inside of the card. And that's, of course, my son and daughter-in-law and little Logan. So is that not sweet? They just, oh, he's such a sweet baby. And he's been so sickly lately because for the first 2 years he was able to stay home with a babysitter. But he now is going to daycare because the babysitter moved on, and so he gets everything. He had pink eye, he has upper respiratory infection. He's just been sick ever since he's been there. So,
but isn't that good for your immune system?
It is.
In the long run.
It'll build it up, yes, and hopefully by the end of the spring and early summer they'll be done with all that. The kids will be outside more. They won't be infecting each other, and he'll have, grown accustomed to it and built up an immunity, and so anyway, but poor baby for right now. And then, of course, he gives it to my son and my daughter-in-law, so they were all sickly. But we went there this weekend to celebrate Mike and Jennifer's birthdays.
That's right, same day.
Yes, we couldn't go last weekend because Mike was on call and everything. But, yes, so it was a special event, so we went out to a nice restaurant, left little Logan with a babysitter because you don't take a 2-year-old to a nice restaurant and expect to enjoy the ambiance of the restaurant. Or the food, because he's not into food right now. He doesn't want to eat. So.
Oh, goodness.
But anyway, but we had a good weekend with him.
Great. Who's our Facebook friend for today?
Well, let's take a look at that. It looks like Michael Spear is our friend, and he likes NASCAR and the History Channel. And so, is he out on the golf course? What is that? I can't tell.
I was thinking it was at a racetrack.
Okay, see, I just can't tell.
It looks like bleachers in the background there.
Okay, and maybe I thought that was a body of water, though.
Well, it does, but that could be the infield.
Okay, so anyway, we don't know where he is, but, well, he likes NASCAR. That probably is where he is. So, but anyway, if you want to be our Facebook friend, just like us on Channel 2, spell out the number 2, Coleman.
And who's our guest for today?
Well, Miss Tanya Shearer is here to talk about empty bowls. How many years now, Tanya? I should know. Is this the 10th anniversary? That's what I thought. Wow, it doesn't seem like it. But anyway, she's going to talk about this. This is a wonderful fundraising event that so many people participate in. That's what's so amazing about this. But, of course, the proceeds help Coleman Caring for Kids, the local food bank. And so Tanya has been the original instigator behind this for all these years and continues to do such a great job. So we're going to visit with her. And I guess George is here to talk to us about what's happening in the news.
That's what's happening next, so stay tuned.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Time for news and comment. If you'd like to join in, give us a call. There's the number right there.
We lost Chester Freeman, as you probably noticed in the obituaries this weekend, 90 years old. A heck of a businessman, an individual who was always so gracious with everyone he met and with people who he worked with, and he will be missed. A friend of mine, and I couldn't think of anyone who would be nicer when it came to government, when I was in the courthouse, or when it comes to business. Mr. Chester Freeman. We were joking a couple of weeks ago about Judge Kim Chaney. I said, well, we know he's really a conservative. He needs to be a Republican. Well, not because I asked him to, but because he says that the Democrat Party left him behind. He says he did not leave the party. They left him. He said he is more of a conservative. So Saturday morning at the Republican breakfast, he made that announcement. A lot of folks happy about that. So I guess that's one of those things that you can expect. I don't know if more will happen or not, but they couldn't reach the party chairman, Democrat Party chairman, to comment on it, believe it or not. But, of course, it's a tough time all the way around, for Democrats, especially Southern Democrats, because many of them feel that the party has left them behind. And in some ways, the Republicans feel the same in some instances. So those folks who are in Washington, sometimes I think when you go through the belt line going into D.C., you sort of lose your ability to think clearly, and you only think about your own folks, right? All right, caller on line 1. Yeah, I think I heard that. Hey there, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. What are your thoughts?
Well, I wanted to congratulate Dennis on the award that he received from the Boy Scouts.
Yes, ma'am.
I thought that was very nice.
It would have been nice if the paper had acknowledged what he did.
Well, I think so too, and it would have been even nicer if y'all had done it.
Well, we sort of take Dennis for granted, unfortunately, I think.
Yes, that's true. Well, don't we all? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, the story didn't even tell what Dennis had done. He had given the Scouts a lot of publicity and worked with them, public service spots, that sort of thing. And we appreciate that, as do the Scouts, I'm sure. Well, Alabama Democrats weren't too unhappy when Representative Richard Laird's decision was made public. Laird wanted to leave the Democrat Party, go to the Republican. So according to the newspaper and to reports, if you don't think that the press can twist things, check this out. In the Birmingham paper, it says that what Laird had done was forwarded, some thought he actually originated, an email to different people in the Democrat Party it was a picture of Barack Obama kissing Nancy Pelosi, right? So it made some folks angry because of the caption. Well, in the Birmingham News, in the printed paper, it says the message contained a picture of President Barack Obama kissing Democratic U.S. Representative Nancy Pelosi on the cheek with a caption that read, "The only time you'll see a Muslim kiss a pig." That was left out of the online version. On the online version, they said Obama is a Christian. Well, it does not say this in the print version. Now, don't tell me folks aren't wrangling and twisting and spinning things. And if you're so politically correct, that's okay, but sometimes you can't get your job done. Take, for example, what happened, and the last thing you'd want to be, by the way, in this world of political correctness, the last thing you'd want to be is the janitor in Mississippi, in the Capitol, working in the Supreme Court building. Did you hear what happened? Just a regular day. Just a regular day. Got to go out and replace the flag. So when the janitor goes out to buy from their vendor, who had provided the lowest price for their supplies and for things like flags, Mississippi state flags, he brought it back and put it up. For 2 hours, it wasn't the Mississippi state flag that flew over the Capitol. It was what? It was the stars and bars of the Confederacy. Now, don't you think people were squirming when they found that out? In this day of political correctness, wow. CBS News announcing the Federal Reserve saying its holdings of U.S. government debt has increased to an all-time record of $1.6 trillion. Now, China is ahead of the United States for the first time in its exports and its selling of its goods and services. China. Can anyone hear the giant? He's no longer asleep. This giant's awake. And the question is, how are we going to deal with it? Yesterday in Birmingham, Birmingham police alerted to a strange-looking, I don't know what a strange-looking briefcase looks like, but they said it was outside one of the rooms, conference rooms in the BJCC. So they evacuated the place, except one guy insisted on going past the blockade. He was arrested. Now, go figure. I don't guess it belonged to him. They blew it up, nothing to be concerned about. But on this day and time, you really can't be too concerned about things like that in public places with lots of people around. And one more thing before we go. Huntsville International Airport's back on top of the list that it doesn't want to be on top of. They say that the airport's in the nation's most expensive when it comes to trying to fly. And the reason, 3 out of 4 flyers are business people who want to go at the last minute. They say it takes more. But how do they do that? If the plane's not there to get aboard, then how do they manufacture one? Don't know. Stay tuned. More of Today on 2 after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Moody. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
And I saw her the next morning, and when I went in to bring the breakfast to her, I saw her feet on the floor, and I thought she was dead.
The doctors had told me that I shouldn't drive anymore. I was happy about it, and I knew that I was not going to live with them.
We had to do something because Mother's health was just going down rapidly.
They were as anxious as I was to get situated while I was still able to make some of the decisions myself.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
What do you say we give away prizes now?
I think it's a great idea.
We have some things to give away, like the day pass to Hurricane Creek Park. I think I'll wait till closer to spring before I use my pass. But hey, if you want to do some rock climbing in the winter, that'd be pretty good. Bojangles' 2-piece meal deal is available also as our other prize for today.
Yeah.
So that's what we have for prizes for today. Here we go with our merchant ads. A Night in Paris, Coleman City Park and Recreation and the Miracle League present A Night in Paris on Valentine's Night at the Civic Center, 5:30 until 8:30, dancing and dining.
Very good. Baldwin Counseling Center. If you're having problems, you need to talk, you want some privacy, Dr. Howard Rogers is the person you need to call, 256-737-3087. He can help you, and it's just a phone call away.
Auto Tech does foreign and domestic auto repair and service. David Methvin, now located in Vinemont, County Road 1354 beside Bridgemont Community Church.
Blizzard of the Month is a choco-covered strawberry blizzard from Dairy Queen. Sweet strawberries blended with rich choco chunks and creamy vanilla soft serve.
Mullins Body Shop, 50 years, over 50 years of auto body repair and towing. Call Sonny, Stacy, Beth, or Jim if you need help, 256-734-1353.
Barnett Tax Service, providing tax returns, electronic filing, and bookkeeping services, including W-2s and 1099s. And, of course, direct deposit, debit card. Pick up your refund check at the office or have it mailed to your home.
The difference is not when you open our bottle, it's when you open our door. Borden Family Pharmacy on Highway 157, a good neighbor pharmacy.
And Renard's Gallery and Gifts, providing framing that's available for any kind of pictures that you need to have framed, but they also have jewelry, they have prints available, even some clothing at Renard's Gallery and Gifts.
Night Free Insurance on the internet, nightfreeinsurance.com, or you can stop by the office on First Avenue Southeast. See the people at Night Free Insurance.
Medical Arts Apothecary. It's a trusted part of your family for 50 years now. Family-owned business, personalized care, making a difference every day at Medical Arts Apothecary.
And there we go with some of the merchant ads we have for today. Lifestyle coaching. It's kind of an interesting term, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Lifestyle coaching. Who does it? Tell us the name of the business or the name of the individual that does lifestyle coaching. They can help you make decisions as far as a career, managing your money, things like that, personal problems.
Managing your weight.
Managing weight, yes.
All kinds of different issues.
Lifestyle coaching is provided by which one of our advertisers? 256-734-7399. First person with the correct answer receives the day pass to Hurricane Creek Park and the two-piece meal special from Bojangles. Man, I'd like to give away some food today.
I know. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll have to go eat it instead.
That would be okay. See, that would be a very inexpensive Valentine date. Everybody gets one piece.
Yeah, a little on the cheap side there, but
yes,
okay, whatever.
Okay, we have a call. I heard the phone ringing.
I did too.
Okay.
Maybe
evidently, they couldn't get through the screener today.
I guess not.
Okay, let's look at the rest of our merchant ads right now. Cups Accounting and Tax Service. Quality service at reasonable rates. Check with Cups Accounting. And they are located next to Sticks and Stuff on Highway 31.
And inspire the heart with music, novels, the Mayubo tablets, and gifts. All this can be purchased at Yates Chance Christian Bookstore, located right there in the South Coleman Shopping Center.
The daily specials at People's Tires on Monday. Flat tire repair at half price. This is for passenger cars and light truck tires. Flat tire repair half price today, Monday, at People's Tires.
And antique-inspired heirloom jewelry set with genuine Swarovski crystals for your Valentine. Blissfully mine. And that's, of course, why you shop at Doug Dogga Jewelers, because you have such a great selection.
Deb's Bookstore, your hometown bookstore just down the road. Browsers always welcome. Gift certificates are available. Books are always on sale at Deb's Bookstore.
Mr. Hicks Menswear. This is the Reader's Choice Award winner for men's clothing, now offering suits made to your measurements. So those hard-to-fit guys, go check this out at Mr. Hicks Menswear.
Tires for Less is more than just tires. They do minor engine repair, oil changes, replace shocks and brakes. See Greg and the guys at Tires for Less.
And Barnett Tax Service, providing those tax returns, electronic filing, and bookkeeping services, serving Coleman for 41 years now. She can do direct deposit, debit card, pick your refund check up at the office, or just have it mailed to your home.
Finders Keepers is a 2-story facility, all local vendors, over 150 booths. You need to go by and see what's going on. Antiques, gifts, and treasures right beside J. Drake Salon.
And what does happy look like? Well, we have pictures of it right there. That's the Allegria shoe. I can't think of that today. And it's, of course, can be purchased at the uniform place.
The crew at Earl's Body Shop reminds you, move over for emergency vehicles. They, of course, do towing. Earl's Body Shop on Highway 31 North. And those are the merchant ads we have for today. I think we have at least one birthday to tell you about on February 11th.
Madison Harris is going to have a birthday, and her name will be put into the drawing on Friday, where she has that possibility of winning an 8x10 portrait from Baker Photography and an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
Coming up next, Tanya Shearer joins us, and we'll talk about empty bowls.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Fire, accident, storm, They all happen in Coleman County. And for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with auto owners. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Karen. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
The chili was getting too cold, so.
We're back.
Welcome back to Today on 2. Tanya Shearer, as we mentioned, is with us here talking about empty bowls. 10 years ago, we started in Coleman, but this was something had been done other parts of the country, hadn't it?
Right. It started in Michigan in 1990 by an art teacher named John Harton up in Michigan. So he had a simple lunch with his students, made chili, made bowls, and it started there. And I had the opportunity to talk to him the other day on the phone. It was just an amazing privilege, and he's a very, very nice man. And since then, it has gone to all 50 states and in 20 countries.
Wow.
And he lets us use the logo and the empty logo. He's just, given, the only requirement is that the money raised goes to some kind of hunger, to alleviate hunger. So.
Were you able to tell him how successful it's been here in Coleman?
Yes, and it was a humbling experience. I said, I guess we're one of the larger ones. And he goes, oh, no.
Oh, no.
He said in Texas or someplace else, there's some, but sometimes they have it for a longer period of time, like a week's length, but 150,000, 200,000.
Yeah. Well, do you know how much y'all have raised so far over the years?
We have raised to date $79,800, so we're just under that. So.
Yeah, so that averages about $7,000, $7,900 a meal.
Right.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, and some years are better than others, the weather and some things, different things. So,
right. Yeah. But this really is a community-involved type of fundraising event because a lot of people come out for this, right? All different walks of life.
Yes, this is, I think, Javon and our favorite part is the hall there, where people come in that you don't see people. They go to different churches or they're just in different areas throughout the years, but it's like a family reunion almost of our community, and it is just a very, very special night. And we're just always so appreciative of all the people, and First Methodist letting us use their facility. It's just the perfect place. It's so centrally located and everything.
And it's a nice big room, and parking is lots of parking. So it's really a great thing. Well, for those people that have been living under a rock and don't have a clue as to what Empty Bowls is all about, give us the details.
Okay. Empty Bowls will be next Monday night. It'll be from 4:30 to 7. It is Potters all year long. They make bowls, and we'll serve chili, Bobby Nolan's chili, and a grilled cheese sandwich. You eat it there, and we'll have music by the Revelations, the Potentials, Nell Baker, and Shannon Green, and First United Methodist Praise Band too. So it's a wonderful night of Southern gospel music. You eat out of these wonderful bowls, and it's just a wonderful night of fellowship, and we praise God. And
then you get to take the bowl home. Yes. That's the coolest part. I have such a great collection of these bowls,
And the symbolism that John Harton started first, that you would take the bowl home and remember it, set it aside, and use it too, but remember the hungry people in your community too, always when you see your bowl. So.
Right. And the proceeds do go to Coleman Caring for Kids.
Yeah, so.
Which they, a lot of people remember them, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and want to make donations at that time. But in the wintertime, when things are really tough, that's when they probably don't get as many donations. So they probably really appreciate the fact that you do it this time of the year.
Right. And the financial contribution just helps him so much too, because he can buy at a special discount food. So, a $10 ticket donation will buy like 70 pounds of food for the food bank. So he can really restock the shelves and keep the food bank going, I think, for several months, he said, based on, what, was raised at Empty Bowls. So.
Wow.
And did you mention also carryouts?
Yes, carryouts are available too.
Yeah.
And they'll be in the back parking lot of, First United Methodist too, and they're out of their welcome center too.
And it's a very good system you've got worked out. Don't really even have to get out of the car, do you?
Yes, you just
pull up, give them your tickets. They go get. They already have things already in styrofoam things and ready. And you do get a bowl, correct?
Yes, you get a bowl.
Yeah, even though you're not eating in. Yeah.
And that's where our student volunteers come in, and they help so much each year. They are the runners back and forth and bring it out to your car, and then they run back and forth with the kitchen too. So they're very, very helpful. So.
And it's advisable to get that ticket in advance, right? So you know how much chili to prepare?
Yes, yes. The first year we had no idea. We thought maybe 200 people or something, and we ran out of chili, and we sent the teenagers all over town buying every can. And Bobby Nolan did not like that. He makes the chili.
Right. That's not my chili.
Yeah. So he wants to always, he plans, you know, ahead, and it helps him out a lot too to make sure we have enough chili and don't run out. And also this year we've had several organizations, Sunday school classes, Bible study groups, are donating baskets. So we're going to have like a silent basket auction. And I know of one in particular that is going to be for a bride-to-be that has all different things for a bride-to-be. So since my son is engaged, I'm thinking I'm going to be bidding on that one too.
Right. So the silent auction also helps to bring in money.
Oh, yes,
and they've always got such nice items, everything from artwork to, you know, just local vendors that donate things. So give us one more time, when and where.
Okay, next Monday night, February 18th, First United Methodist Church in Heron Hall, 4:30 to 7, Southern Gospel music, great performers, wonderful chili, and ceramic bowl.
$10.
$10, yes.
Very good. It's a great way to spend an evening with a lot, several hundreds of your friends.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And get some good heartwarming chili, and just do such a good, it's a good fundraiser. Yeah.
Right, and we will, since it's the 10th year, kind of be recognizing, you know, like Sandra Heaven, who was she's the potter that started it originally and got us involved in everything. So
thank you so much, Tanya, for being here, and we'll be there on Monday.
Thank you so much.
We'll have more. Stay tuned.
In the nation, we can't make every annoying thing disappear, but we can eliminate deductibles. Nationwide insurance members who add Vanishing Deductible get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Join the nation where deductibles go.
Nationwide is on your side.
Makes the decision.
Now it's time for our community billboards, and it's brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. Remember, Tuesday, February the 12th is Election Day, so go out and vote for District 11 candidates. Bounds Memorial for Kids' Sake variety show is Saturday, February the 16th at 2 p.m. Wallace State Community College. Tickets are $5 in advance and $10 at the door. You can give them a call at 256-737-2604 for additional information. And 10th Annual Empty Bowls Dinner is Monday, February the 18th, Coleman First United Methodist Church from 4:30 to 7. Tickets are $10. Proceeds do go to help benefit Coleman Caring for Kids. And if you have a community billboard you want to share with us, you can send it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, fax it to 256-734-7680, or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman.
Weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. It'll be a rainy day again today. 50% chance of rain, a high near 60. Cloudy tonight, low near 40. 50% chance of rain again tomorrow with a high of 56. And tomorrow's the first of our 3 special days this week. Who's our guest tomorrow?
Well, it is Mardi Gras, but we're really not going to celebrate it as such because we're going to talk about that election, which is taking place tomorrow. And Dave Osmond's going to be here to remind us about that.
That's our program for today. Thank you for watching today on 2.